First of all, thank you all for coming out today to kind of celebrate our newest location here in the Lake Charles Market. For those of you guys that haven't met me, I'm Jeff Davis. I am the Managing Director of Southwest Louisiana Market. I'd like to start today's event with an introduction of our CEO and Chairman, Jude Melville. And I've asked Jude to come say a couple of words for us. Thank you.
Down the aisle here.
Good, well, thank you. Good. Oh, what, Chris, you want to do this? Hard work being beautiful, you know. Well, look, I didn't realize I was starting this off really this closely, so, but I definitely want to thank everybody for being here. It's tremendous turnout. I can't remember us having a branch opening that had such great turnout. Certainly want to thank, I know Jeff's going to thank all the individuals that were a part of the process here, but I want to offer my thanks and congratulations. It's been a long process. You know, we don't just throw buildings up, right? We really think about them and they have meaning for us. And I think we started talking about this 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, 7 years ago. Basically, the first.
You and I started, yeah.
Basically, the first time that Pancho set foot in our old location probably is when he started thinking about it anyway. Although that was a wonderful spot for us, in contrast, this one is just tremendous and very excited about that. I wanted to mention, I was my formative work years were in the military. So my first real job out of college, after messing around a little bit, was in the Air Force, and I got to spend almost 6 years in the Air Force and served everywhere from the Pentagon to being standing next to a fire in Afghanistan. So I got to see a lot of different things, meet a lot of different people. And one of the things that has really been most deeply ingrained, I guess is the way to put it, in me, is that this idea in the military that today is never just about today, right? In the military in particular, and really all great organizations and families, entities, churches, it's important that we celebrate what we're doing today, but also remember that we're only able to do what we did today because of what was done in the past. And we're only doing what we do today so that something might be done in the future. That's the reason that in the military, whether you're in a squadron or a unit or whatever the different organization, smaller unit organization you're in, typically you celebrate the history of that and you wear your patch and it reminds you of something. And the military in particular, when you're doing what you do today, it's partly because you're inspired by the heroes that have done the things in the past. And it's partly because you want to be that kind of hero for the future. And I think it's important that today, for me anyway, this is not really, when we cut that ribbon, it's not really about October 18th, right? Today's October 18th, right? I think it's the 18th. It's not really about October 18th. It's about the history that came before. It's about what we're doing today. Certainly we need to celebrate that as well, but it's also about the future. And this strikes me as probably the perfect example of that for our company. The past is something that's particularly relevant here, and I can remember, I guess it was probably 2009, 2010 was the first time that B1 made a presence here in Lake Charles, and I remember going to the former department store down the street, and it was in disarray and a little bit derelict, and there was a big movement to make good things happen in downtown, and I was struck today about how much of that has happened over that time period. But what it also occurs to me, and I think we need to remember, is that our past as B1 is not just about what we've done here as an organization, but it's also about the history of the partners that we've been able to accumulate over the years. So to me, we haven't been here for 2009 to 2024, 15 years. We've actually been here for over 100 years. If you think about the different partnerships that we've benefited from. Pedestal Bank came before us here, and before Pedestal, the City Savings. What year are we, Greg? Do you remember what year? 1928. Yeah, so almost 100 years of history have gone into this moment, and I don't want to break that ribbon without acknowledging what a great past that we've had as a broader banking institution, if you really think about it in the big picture. Also, of course, I do want to celebrate today. I don't mean to diminish today. and there are great things happening in the market here today for us. If you were to ask me, you know, in our company, we have a wide variety of locations and markets and people, and we've got all the way from a very rural location, rural locations, I guess I should say, to newer metro markets like Dallas and Houston. Dallas tends to get a lot of the headlines, I guess, and we're very, very excited about that and the future that we have there. But I would also say that we couldn't be who we are there if we weren't who we are here. And that's one of the beauties of our business model. And if you were to ask me which region I'm proudest of, over the past couple of years, I could make a good argument that it's this one. In a time of uncertainty in the banking industry, and in a time particularly when there's concern about liquidity, this region, I would argue, has probably been our most stable in terms of lack of drama and lack of up and down. But it also has actually, surprisingly, a little bit been a growth market. So there's no region that has contributed more in deposits to the bank than this region has over the past couple of years, at a time when we needed deposits the most. So very excited about Jeff's leadership and the team that's here and all that they've contributed the past couple of years. And so certainly want to celebrate the present, but also want to celebrate the future, maybe most importantly. And I think it's an interesting symbolic coordination of dates, I guess. It was only a couple months ago that the big Cap One building was demolished, and I realized there were a lot of reasons for that happening, but I still think it's pretty neat symbolically that at the same time that a landmark like that, associated with the past and associated with big companies that are making decisions, in that same time period, we might be standing here today celebrating an investment that we're making, right? Because we believe in the community, we believe in our industry, and we believe that together we'll do great things. So today, I just want to say that it means a lot to me that we're here today to celebrate not just October 18th, but to celebrate a great past, to celebrate an exciting today, and to dream about an even more exciting future. So thank you for being a part of that with us here today. Want to introduce the other execs, or do you want me to do that?
Well, you've done a great job so far.
Well, I will do that real quick. I want to introduce, just so you all know, because we don't always get over here every day, even though it's the team here on the ground that's really making it happen. They do have people that believe in them and support them on a daily basis, and that's why we're honored to be here. And a lot of our exec team came over to be here, and I'll try to see who I can see and remember. I see Greg standing there, Greg Robertson, who actually got his start here, or just north of here, really, as a part of the City Savings Institution before coming over to us. So Greg is our CFO. I see Jerry Vasquez, who is our just been named president of the bank to help, but has been with us for 2-3 years. And he's another good example of being aware of the present and excited about the future, but also respectful of the past. Got to know Jerry a little bit because of a bank that we bought in Rayville, Louisiana. That's one of those country spots I was talking about, which was actually run by his dad. So nice connection between different generations that I'm excited to be a part of. Mike Nizo, who's the leader of our region, Southeast and Capital Region here. So a broad swath of really the core of the historical B1 Bank, kind of from Baton Rouge to Lake Charles, and so excited about his leadership. Philip Jordan is in the back over there. So Philip is our Chief Banking Officer and has been, of the exec team, has been my longest serving partner. What year did you join us? 2000? Yeah. So just a couple years after we started the bank, and has been an very instrumental part of making us who we are today. Any more exec team members that I'm not putting eyeballs on right this second? Oh, Heather, yeah. So Heather, sorry. Most important exec team member, Heather Romer, who is our chief of staff, and also has been standing in to lead some functions as well, as we've had some movement in the exec team a little bit. And then I also want to acknowledge that we have a couple board members here. we're definitely a board-involved organization, and so I want to welcome Rolf McAllister. Rolf is our lead independent director, and Rolf, the original concept for business banking in Baton Rouge, which was the genesis of becoming B1, kind of sprung from the mind of Rolf. So he partnered with my uncle, Buddy Romer, to start B1 Bank, or what was it called? The Business Bank. Yeah, which then became, once that ended up selling, and we started again, which became Business First, which became B1. So again, and Rolf is as active today as he was back then, and I'm certain will be as active in the future as he is today. And then John Ducre, and his wife Becky. So we appreciate them being here with us today. John, former commissioner of banking in Louisiana, and now a key B1 board member. So I want to thank all of y'all for being here, and it really is a testament to how much we believe in and support the great work that's being done here. So thank y'all, and with that, I'll turn it back over to Jeff. That's probably more than he asked for.
It's perfect.
Right.
Learned a valuable lesson today, guys. Never speak behind Jude Melville at any of these events. Next up, I would like to introduce Paula Ramsey, the Vice President for our chamber here in Southwest Louisiana. And Paula's going to say a few words. Thank you, Paula.
Thanks, Jeff. We're very happy to be here in this beautiful new building. Great addition to our downtown. We love to see progress and our downtown growing. We very much appreciate B1's contribution and support of our organization. Jeff is on our board, and also before Pancho left, he was a board member, and we appreciate that support as well. I would like to recognize Ron Hayes is here. He's from Parish Police Jury, and we also have a couple of board members here. Jamie Fouché of West Calcam Hospital is our chair, and we have Matt Red here. He's also on our board. And I don't know if we have any more board members that I've missed, but thank y'all all for being here. And John Cardone is here, City Administrator. He would like to, he's representing the city today. I'd like to call on John to say a few words.
Thank you, Paula. And good morning to everyone here today. What a special occasion for Lake Charles and Southwest Louisiana. Again, to the B1 team, bank team, we want to thank you for your commitment to Lake Charles, Southwest Louisiana, and your commitment to our downtown area. I've known Pancho and I've Connie for quite a few years now, just tremendous people, and it shows you a little bit about the staff and the people here that help make this run and help make it so successful. So again, thank you all for all that you do. We appreciate your investment at beautiful building for downtown. We appreciate your investment as well. So again, thank all of y'all for being here today. Thank you.
Thank you, John. To continue with the thank yous, I would like to take a second to thank some very special people that have helped put all this together. Misty Albrecht, Connie Blanchard, Farron Lazar, Antoinette Chatanya. Thank you guys very much. Anything that you see here today was done despite of me, not because of me. These ladies have put all this together. In addition, you can't have a project like this without a design build team. So I would like to extend a very special thanks to Jeff Cudloff, see you, Jeff, that designed this beautiful space. Ralph Lewing, Trent Ferris from Lewing Construction, who actually built the facility. And lastly, but not leastly, Joel and Matt Red, who are our developers and our landlords. Thank you guys for your friendship and your persistence in staying with us through this project. Thank you. And I guess the last person or group of people that I need to thank is our clients. Because without our clients, many of you are in the room today, and so many more are not here, that could not be here with us today. Without them, none of this is possible. So we certainly appreciate the trust and confidence that you guys have given to us in our market to allow this to be possible, and we're looking forward to the future and growing with you and helping our community. So thank you guys all for being here. Next up, I would like to introduce a guy, most of you guys know him, but he was, and Jude stole my word, I've been so proud of this, I'm gonna use this, the genesis of this project. Pancho Seifert to come talk a little bit about the project. Thank you. Thank you.
Like Jeff said, it's really tough to follow Jude, so plus he must have read my notes, Jude, because I can cut it in half now. And I'll just kind of focus on the market and also this particular location. Jeff and I started 8 years ago. We came over Same time, separately, but same time, that's a different story. It's kind of interesting the way it came together. When we got there, we immediately started looking for a new location. But the main thing was we wanted to be downtown. That's really important to me personally, because I do think a vibrant downtown is really important to any city, any community, and all that. So when we started looking around, it was really nowhere. We looked and we looked, we had help, people looking, Matt helped us look, I went and looked, and then 2020 came, and that was kind of changed everything. You know, we had to, 2020 was kind of an interesting year, oh no, but we acquired Pedestal, so that kind of drew us from two locations, we had already gotten to Sulphur, to 7 locations. So at that point, we really outgrew our facility right up the street here. And so we started looking around, and then of course Laura and Delta came, dealing with the pandemic all at the same time. And then one day the conversations between Matt and Jeff said, hey, this location would be a great location for a bank. Light bulbs went off, said, and here we are today. From that one little comment, this came out of it. And it was because he had to tear down the building because of Laura and Delta and come to this beautiful building. So I said, like, there is something good that comes out of something bad. So thanks, Matt. As you can see, if you went to our other location, there's no parking, no drive-through, no ATM. We have parking, we have an ITM, and we have, a drive-through. The last thing, I got a couple little interesting notes. Where's Melissa Anderson? Melissa, right after high school, she graduated, and her first job was at this location. Was that 10 years ago, Melissa? So she not only gets to begin her career at this address, because she said 825 Ryan, she gets to end her career at this address. So personalizing it, my grandparents owned a store in Holly Beach. Back in the 1940s and 1950s, you went to town. Everybody had to go to town. And part of going to town, they had to go to a bank. Where was that bank? Right here. So he used to come, make his deposits and do the transactions here. The vault was actually about right over there. So what happened in 1957, we lost everything. That was Hurricane Audrey. Who loaned him the money for him to rebuild the bank? So big circle, and it meant a lot to our family. That's it. We're gonna go cut a ribbon outside, take some pictures. Thank y'all for coming.